Like the jacket? It keeps me safe when I'm jogging at night.
In most media, the Riddler is portrayed as zany and over the top. He behaves like an egotistical game show host who forces contestants to answer riddles with deadly consequences if they get them wrong.
The answer's love.
What? No. No! The answer is loneliness. How do you not know that?
There's a psychological reason behind his compulsive obsession. Some stories make this obsession a natural part of his character that he's always had ever since birth, while others develop this obsession from an abusive childhood. Matt Reeves takes the latter route by making the Riddler an orphan who suffered years of neglect.
I'm giving you a chance. No one ever gave me a chance.
He was a lost and broken man, and his love of riddles was used as an escape from the cruel world. In a world where everyone takes advantage of you, puzzles and his intelligence were the only ways to feel superior. The comic series Riddler Year One fully portrays just how broken this version of the character is. He feels that his life is meaningless, and the city of Gotham is nothing but a cesspool of those who only care about themselves. This vulnerability is what leads to his obsession with Batman, a man who has taken things into his own hands and will end the city's corruption himself. Riddler's unhealthy obsession is what allows his inner violent side to begin emerging, a part of himself that wants to lash out at society and make those he deems as criminals pay for their crimes in the most sadistic and violent way possible. Mystery and the fear of the unknown is his strength. That's why he conceals his face, distorts his voice, and emerges from the shadows to give him the element of surprise, his loud breathing being the only sign of his presence. There's a power that comes from anonymity. In today's age of interconnectivity, we all know full well how expressive we can be behind the screen. Our true selves often come forth, and we can do and say things we would never have the courage to say in real life. That's the power being anonymous can conjure, and it can sometimes lead us to do horrible things. Matt Reeves understood this idea very well, and that explains why he took inspiration from many horrific figures like the Zodiac Killer, who in the real world fully utilized the power of anonymity. We are often drawn towards the unknown, especially when it can cause bodily harm. Figures like the Zodiac embraced the power of being an elusive figure and generated a collective fear among the masses. The Zodiac Killer is an American symbol for the type of evil anonymity can bring forth, and the kind of fear, attention, and power it can manifest. The Riddler persona is a physical manifestation of anonymous power. By borrowing the Zodiac's infamous looks, director Matt Reeves attempts to heighten the fear factor the character can generate. Throughout the film, Riddler is portrayed as cold, calculating, and has a sick and twisted sense of humor. The character has some sort of god complex, envisioning himself as a higher power to judge the wicked. He targets the corrupt officials of Gotham by brutally killing them. He instructs Batman to bring the rat into the light so they can be judged, and he floods Gotham City in his version of the biblical flood, which he calls the Day of Judgment, cleansing the city of corruption through chaos and death. And that's one of the scariest things about this Riddler. He's willing to murder hundreds of people for some sort of pathetic justice, as he believes there's not one redeemable person within Gotham, and those that do exist are just a means to an end. And that's the most interesting part about this version of Riddler. He's incredibly hypocritical and self-centered. We are led to believe for a majority of the film that he's killing these officials for some kind of righteous reason. He wants to expose corruption and bring justice to the many who feel that they've been forgotten by the system. However, it's revealed that Riddler never truly cared about anyone but himself. Deep down, he just wanted to enact his own personal vengeance, and the self-righteous reasons he gives are just a cover. Truth is, Riddler hates everybody, including the people of Gotham, for forgetting about him. He's a mentally unstable, sadistic, delusional, and pathetic murderer who's willing to sacrifice thousands if it means he'll obtain some sort of twisted justice. Truth is, the Riddler in this film is so terrifying because he's a person who could exist in our world. And the worst part is that there's been individuals just like this and have caused great harm. A chilling reminder of the types of evil that can emerge from egotism and delusion alone.